Kyle looks like he's about to kill someone.
I could not disagree with you harder, Mike. This is a terrible album. No, no. I think it's no surprise to anyone here that I love this record. Been a massive Falling in Reverse fan from the day that first single came out, anticipating it after, hearing he got out of jail and he was doing his, finally putting out some music again. And this is not disappoint. I would say the only thing disappointing to me about this is the fact that we heard all but four songs prior to the album's release. To me, that's always a detriment. But I mean, also the album cover, bad album cover. It was a funny joke, but you know, could have maybe like upscaled the image a little bit more. It's like super grainy too. Like I don't know, it doesn't really work for me. Uh, but I mean, starting with prequel there, you know, it's really cool to go into a Falling in Reverse album with an intro like this, especially considering it does start with a track that we didn't hear before the album's release. And you talk about, how Popular Monster was released 5 years ago. I mean, we're talking half a decade. And this is an artist that was saying for years how he's not putting out any more albums because the standalone singles do incredibly well, which they do. I mean, they all chart. They're one of the biggest rock bands out there right now. They're playing like amphitheaters and arenas, so they're doing something right. So it's great to go into a new Falling in Verse album here in a track I didn't hear before. And it was interesting to me at first because I really didn't expect a NF style track here. I mean, this sounds like it could be 100% a track from like NF, one of his last like couple albums. It has that same beat to it. It has that same build up that he does all the time where he just gets angrier, angrier and angrier, which is in and of itself, I agree with Mike, or kind of a take on like that Eminem style. I mean, this specifically with that beat in there, 100% NF. Uh, it does a really good job though building suspense throughout it and like building up that like epic ending that it goes into. Shockingly enough, the ending is my least favorite part of the song, and this is the one area where I'll agree with you on, Mike, where the one song that high pitched thing that he does is a real detriment to the song. I don't it, I can look past in the other songs, it doesn't bother me, but on this one, it just does not sound good. Uh, so I mean, good intro to the album. One of my lower ranking ones on here with an 8. And that's saying something. You're in
Eight
for a
is
lot of
lower.
tens. Oh, Mike, you're in for a lot of tens going down this track list, buddy. Popular
Um,
Monster, couldn't agree more, Mike. 10 out of 10. I mean, this song was released 5 years ago, and it sounds just as good as the day it came out. I never get sick of it, which is really a telltale sign of a great song. The songwriting is perfect here. The transitions are smooth as hell. The lyrics I personally like. Uh, the instrumentation is very well written. The breakdown in there is great. There's a reason he's reused it five other times after this. The melodies are awesome. The chorus is super catchy. It's really just a perfect example of like genre blending done very well. It builds upon itself the entire time. Really just an incredibly well written song from any artist in any genre. 10 out of 10 easily. And Mike, you just hate fun, don't you? All My Life with Jelly Roll, best Jelly Roll feature we've gotten all year. He's been everywhere. We talked about that last week. This is just so much fun. It's super catchy. The music video was stupid. It's definitely the best or the worst music video of all the tracks that have videos from here, but it's fun. It's stupid and fun. I like that. This brought me back. I'm not too shocked that you didn't care for this one too much, Mike, because this really just shot me back to like that Fashionably Late album where it's just fun and stupid for the sake of it. Uh, I just really liked it. I think it's a really nice blend of metal. You got like the pop inspired vocals on there, the country, the little taste of country in there, and then you got that like hip hop record scratches that are like straight out of the late 90s, early 2000s. I really like it. I thought it was done very well.
it
And
kind of reminded me of My Life is a Video Game and blah, blah, blah.
of course, one of
That
the best songs on that
ugh,
album.
one
Great
of the
track.
worst
Great track.
grotesque things that I've ever had Kyle inject into my ear caverns that I just wanted out. But yeah, like this kind of reminded me of the way he's
Hmm.
talking like this. I'm just telling you, I just don't. I'm
Oh,
not
for
a
sure.
bubblegum uh pop punk like that fan of that style. Yeah.
But, as an aside on this though, I really like this current trend that bands have been doing the past like year, maybe two, of mixing a little bit of country in with the metal stuff. I think it works very well. Beartooth did it when they had what's that guy's name? Hardy featured on that track and did very well. Uh, so yeah, another 10 out of 10 there. Going into another 10 out of 10, which really built up over time for me with Ronald. Completely agree, Mike, that when I first heard this, I was like, this sounds like it's just a chaotic mess. I was like, this, nothing works together in here. But over time, this is honest to God a top tier, one of my favorite Falling in Reverse songs. Like, hands down, I love this. I actually really like Tech Nine's verse on here. It's very kind of like by the books, Tech Nine. When you see him featured, you kind of know what you're expecting and did really well. But what I like on this one is he changed up his flow multiple times throughout his verse in a way that I thought really worked. And then, that end with Alex Terrible. Terrible's a damn monster on the vocals. I mean, that dude is insane. Having him and Ronnie go back and forth like that with some of Ronnie's best, harsh vocals that he's ever done on recording, it is really cool to hear. Great song, 10 out of 10. Just really love that one. Voices in my head, as JT said, I'm pretty sure this is one of the ones. I think I also had you guys watch the world burn in the reactions. So maybe it's both of them, but you know, so I won't go into voice in my head too much there, but 10 out of 10 on this one, same reasons as back then. Love the lyrics here. Really like the rap flow here that goes into the seamlessly integrated with the rock and metal aspects. Really, really massive chorus here. Like this one was made for like amphitheaters and arena sing-alongs. The breakdown on here is great. And Mike, he doesn't say go before every breakdown. Sometimes he switches it up and says move. So just
Oh,
want to
my
throw
bad.
that out there. Yeah, yeah.
I stand
Yeah, give the guy
incorrected.
some credit.
I mean, maybe he could throw in a bleh or something like that. I mean,
Well, no, Mike, we're going modern here. Bleh is a little too mid 2010s. We're trying to get away from that now. It's all about go
yeah,
and move.
yes. Okay, well, I got you. I'm
Yep.
going and I'm moving. I got you.
And now here we go with Bad Guy. Another fun song. Not one of the best though. This is it's an 8 for me. I think it's a catchy song. Completely agree. I don't know why he's doing that, weird thing with his vocals on it where he's trying to make it sound like he used to sing years ago. I think it'd be better if he didn't. There's also some electronics going on that I don't think they serve the song very well. They sound corny and not in like a good way. Other than that though, the melody is super catchy, just really overused. It's repetitive. It's the entire time is pretty much the same thing over and over with different words, other than the I'm the bad guy part, whatever. But it's really fun. It's really catchy. I could see this going over pretty well live. I believe he did add it into the live set for this tour, and I could see that going over well. Watch the World Burn though, 10 out of 10. Incredible
Wait, what did you
song.
get, bad guy?
8 out of 10.
Oh, you didn't say
Yep. Watch the World Burn, we got a 10. Again, another example of Ronnie's songwriting ability here and the ability to, blend genres pretty seamlessly, I thought at least. I actually really like that like operatic part going into that breakdown. That ending is great. He really showcases like that fast rapping stuff on here, really Eminem inspired stuff. Again, not going to get too into it since we already talked about it once before. And then trigger warning, best song of the unreleased ones beforehand. This one, straight 10 out of 10. Love the message on this. I'm a sucker for any like the anti-cancel culture songs, and that's pretty much every song on this album, save maybe Last Resort. Uh,
that.
but this one, again, the dude knows how to make a chorus. And this song before the chorus has a really good swing to it and a really good like swing and groove that some of the other songs don't have. Leading into this massive chorus, it's great. And that piano, like piano like breakdown, I guess that's present throughout the last like half of the song is incredible. It's one of my main major highlights on this entire record. Something that we haven't heard on a previous song by them ever, other than I guess the reimagined songs, but even then it's not, like kicking into gear like that. It's just like slow classical piano. Really cool. Wish it was a little bit longer, to be honest with you. Zombified, 10 out of 10 here. You know, this one, and here's where it gets interesting on the last three songs for me, is this is one of the few songs that really, actually maybe the only song here that drops the rap aspect nearly completely in favor of a more like radio rock, straightforward radio metalcore type track. Uh, Lyrically, I love it. It's another absolutely killer chorus. I really like the harmonies on this one. So again, another place where me and you were differing on there, Mike. I loved the use of the harmonies on here. Yeah, very Queen inspired. Totally agree with that. I thought it was well done. I didn't mind the high pitched vocals on that one. No Fear, another 10 out of 10. I actually really like, I think I'm in the minority on this from what I've seen online. I actually kind of like that ending. He sounds absolutely ridiculous, but I love the beat on that. I look because he was intentional. He's intentionally done. This is a straight rap song, minus that one little trolling breakdown that he put in there. And I appreciate that. It actually made me laugh the first time I heard it, but in a good way. Because just like you said, Mike, I thought we were getting like, oh, here's a heavy part of the song, but within like 5, 10 seconds, it was done and right back to the rap, and then it went into the like an almost like very like Suicide Boys, if you know who they are, very like Suicide Boys styled rap. I thought that was really cool. Some, another style of rap we hadn't heard him done in the past. Really great track. And Mike, you're gonna kill me. My least favorite song on here. I still like
Really?
it. Yep. It's a 7 out of 10 on Last Resort. And my reason for that is it's a very interesting take on a modern classic. I mean, Last Resort's one of the most iconic songs of that era. And having it this way is very unique. And I really like what he did there. And overall, I enjoy it. It's nowhere near my favorite. I wish they didn't end the album with it. It kind of feels more like a bonus track than the closing to the album, if I'm going to be honest. But also, I just think it kind of goes on a little bit too long. I don't think it does, other than that, the big operatic part where it gets like really epic. I don't think it really does that many interesting things compared to the Drug and Me is reimagined and like the I'm Not a Vampire reimagined one that they did. I thought those were significantly more interesting. Don't get me wrong, this is very good. His musicianship on this, rewriting it this way is great. It just doesn't hold my attention like the others do. So I mean, 7 out of 10. I still, I still like it. I still listen to it. So I mean, overall, this album, it's great. I mean, I've been listening to it nonstop since it came out. Haven't gotten sick of it yet. We're going almost a month in, I guess. And yeah, I'm sitting at about 9.25 on it. I wish that there was more to it. I think that another song or two could help. The runtime does feel like it goes pretty quickly. I would probably replace Last Resort with something else and just have it be like a standalone single like the other reimaginings. Like Mike said, if they did a whole reimagined album, I think that'd be sick. That'd be awesome. I know he did Popular Monster. He teased that he did that one reimagined on like a Twitch stream years ago, and he never put it out. So, that would be cool to get one day. But yeah, 9.25 on this. Glad we got another Falling in Reverse album. Uh, Hope we get another one quicker than 5 years, but I guess we'll see.